Hi, this is Todd of KendallTodd. I want to give you a quick overview. People often ask, well, what do you guys do? We kind of sum it up in a couple different areas. We focus a great deal on creativity and strategy. You could say that's the consultants in us. We often then take that strategy and we put it into content, and that can be capability or content that addresses a specific need related to your strategy. At the end of the day, for that strategy to get implemented through the content, there are going to be people involved, and those people often need training. So we need to bring them the confidence that this new content, this new strategy is going to help them and accomplish your long-term goals. Lastly, there are tools. Tools reinforce the strategy. So with a tool, you often have a strategy with integrated content and training, and that tool is something that the end user uses on a daily basis. And of course, this is all about getting results, taking some action that's going to yield some measurable return on your investment. At the end of the day, we believe we're the nation's leading subject matter experts, and we empower lenders, advisors, and institutions to better manage liabilities for their clients. Our focus is on the three-sided balance sheet. That's how does real estate, lending, and assets, how do they come together to enhance the overall life experience of your client? Now, in looking at those core competencies, we find that very rarely is there not strategy, content, training, and tools that have to all work together. They operate together to get those end results. If you focus just on tools, you'll get a lift, but not as much of a lift as you get when you integrate training. If you have a new strategy and you look at that strategy, it may be just simply bolting on the content, training, and tools that make that strategy work. Now, we do that with individuals. Typically, financial advisors and loan officers are the two industry groups, although more and more working with realtors and with institutions. We find an institution is just a group that has a large base of individuals that we're going to work with from the top down. With the individual, we're typically working from the bottom up. Now, there's been a tremendous opportunity created around this convergence of what we'll call sales and compliance, especially in the lending industry with Dodd-Frank and these other lending changes, the SAFE Act, Safe Harbor. You find that you have an opportunity to increase your sales, but for the first time we have to do it from a compliant perspective. So if I'm an advisor or a lender, I'm often interacting with an institution either as a partner or as an employee. I have a consumer that I'm working on, and those consumers expect certain services, products, and education from us, much like the advisor or lender expects from their institution training, content, and tools. All of this culminates in a transaction. But what's different is the advisors typically lived in a world of suitability, the lender a world of eligibility, and those two worlds are converging at the point of the transaction. Now, we have a lot of experience in this area because from 1989 to 1993, we were on the asset side of the balance sheet as financial advisors. From 1993 to 1999, we went to the liability side of the balance sheet and operated as lenders. That convergence led us to a company that grew into an IPO called Mortgage.com, along with some other key industry players. And since that time, since 2001, KendallTodd has been a leading content, tools, strategy, training provider for some of the nation's top financial institutions and the individuals that work for them. Now, we talk about strategy, content, training, and tools. We've got a couple of examples as images. I thought I would just add a little color to those images. When we look at creativity, we're always looking to solve a problem. For example, we created the first artificial intelligence around liability planning that can use our software, a tool that we have, to actually create a full plan for a client unaided by a human being. The human can come in and actually follow up. This is great for lead conversion, it's great for call centers, it's great for individuals that do a number of different marketing efforts. Another example of creativity is our ability to create models. We've developed specific models for financial institutions to increase their conversion rates when working with financial advisors. We have models that we teach loan officers to go out and increase their conversion rates from a suspect to a prospect and ultimately a loan. We develop case studies, and again, you'll notice that each of these, when I look at a creativity or a strategy that we've developed for a client, it's still content and it's often deployed as training, and it may be deployed through a content management system, which is a tool. So again, you'll find that most all of these touch all of the areas and work together to get results in action. It could be a specific strategy, such as providing that subject matter expertise to develop a program that's going to, again, meet internal needs of a company. It could be a new product development and coming out of the box with a totally new product that, again, supports a specific strategy. We always need to start, even as an individual, saying, if my goal is to increase my production by 2 loans this month, or a large company is looking to increase their production by 2 billion, then we need to begin with what's the strategy and how we're going to get there. What content is going to be deployed? It could be custom content that we've developed off the shelf, kind of off the rack content. It could be stuff that you can go out and deploy on a monthly basis, like our market updates for in-field education. It could be borrow smart conversation that's specifically designed to help a loan officer or financial advisor, an institution, communicate the value of their advice. We move into training. We've developed specific tracks such as Borrow Smart University, which provides a certification to a individual who has gone through and completed the 30 to 40 hours of content that we've created. This provides great confidence. We have content like the book that we can deploy as training in a variety of different formats to, again, teach a realtor, a financial advisor, or a lender, an individual that may work for an institution, how to better manage the 3 sides of the balance sheet. We've even developed integrated training and mentoring and coaching. And we say let go. You've got to let go often of the old ideas about what you do for the new ideas to really take hold. So we've really created a mastery level class to help individuals really rethink the way they do business. And then the tools. The tools are so important for clarity, because if you have a strategy, you bring in new content, and you provide training, immediately that person goes back into the world and they begin to work in their job. The tools that they have to reinforce what they've learned. The tools can be used, any of these can be used standalone. You can use just content or just training or just tools. We're saying that when you put these together and make sure they're aligned, the vision tends to get executed. We've developed mobile applications for smart mobile strategies, part of an overall lending or development strategy. We've developed finance flyers that can be integrated right into your presentation system. We've created calculators, over 40 different calculators that can be deployed in a variety of different formats. Our patented Borrow Smart analysis software is the industry-leading software that provides a loan officer or a lender and a company a way to manage their compliance from top down as to how their loan officers and advisors present liabilities to their client in a very compelling, very visual, very graphic way, but manage those brands, those disclosures, and those other key needs in a unique landscape-oriented format. It's the tools, it's the content, it's the training, it's the strategy, all rolled into one amazing tool. It has integrated desktop sharing, branding, mobile, all as part of a single platform. Now, at the end of the day, if you're watching this, there's probably some result that you're looking for. And if you'll give us a call, we can talk about what specific strategy, content, training, or tools that we've used to help you put together the right steps and get the right action. So let's talk. Give us a call. Contact us about your current interests. support@KendallTodd.com or 919-309-9078. And let's talk a little bit more about how we can help you accomplish your long-term goals.